That is a car driving by. Another birds. Hello everybody, I'm Anna, I'm one of the two mythical unicorns. It is great to have you here. I hope you are safe, being smart, taking care of yourself. Yeah, we're doing things a little bit differently. Today we are outside on the balcony because internet is down, so I can't do any schoolwork or anything like that, and Alex has a class that he's doing on his phone due to the lack of internet, but that means I can't film inside because, you know, school goes first. Let's talk some anime. The winter anime of 2020, because the season is ending, so I thought I would just let you know what I thought about them. First we have Science Fell in Love, So I Tried to Prove It, which was a bit weird. Let's be honest, it was a bit weird. It was sweet, but it's about two scientists that are very smart, you know, IQ, but they don't really do the social thing well. So they sort of think they're in love, but they need to prove it because they're scientists. And that is what the entire show is about. They try to prove it by doing things that other people do, like going on dates and what happens when they go on dates, measuring heartbeats and that kind of thing. So sure, it was a bit fun, but also a bit weird. Not my favorite. I skipped a few episodes just to see where it got me. But yeah, if you agree, disagree, what you thought about it, let me know downstairs. So yeah. Next up we have ID Invaded. And this one sort of reminded me of Psychopaths, because it's a police crew. That is not the correct word, but I'm going with it because I can't find anything else right now. So it's about some cops, and there has been this invention where they have this machine that can detect the want to kill. So if someone has been there and really wanted to kill someone or felt the desire to kill, there will be residue, and they can measure this residue, and then there's some guy who can travel into that person's mind, and he then tries to figure out where that person is and what is happening, while the real cops like are out on the case. So, you know, the sci-fi kind of vibe, and measuring people's desire to hurt, like that is similar to Psychopaths. But yeah, it was not my favorite, but it was still pretty good. Like, I enjoyed it. Let me know your opinions. Then we have Darwin's Game. And at first this reminded me of like Mirai Nikki, but then as I got further, it sort of reminded me of Tokyo Ghoul, which was really weird. I did skip some episodes in this one as well. I did not enjoy it that much. It wasn't for me. It's about a game on the phone, and it sort of turns into real life, and when you die in the game, you die in real life, and you sort of can't get out of the game once you're in it until like a fight is over. So either you die or you can kill someone else, and you can't get out of it, which is really weird. And the thing that reminded me of Tokyo Ghoul is like the ability weapons that they get, like sort of reminded me of Tokyo Ghoul thing, if you get what I mean. But yeah, didn't really do it for me. Next up is Inspector, and this one had a lot of promise. It's an interesting premise. The animation is fine, interesting characters. So it's about this girl that is the queen of creatures. There are specific creatures that has named her queen, and she had to lose an eye and a leg to be their queen, and she sort of protects them from evil spirits and ghosts and stuff. And she meets this boy at the hospital that she falls in love with, and he's like 2 years older or something, and it's about them hunting these evil creatures and spirits. And I thought, like, yeah, sure. And then I binge watched 5 episodes, and I was like, yeah, this is fine. And then I watched an episode of My Hero Academia, and then I watched an episode of 7 Deadly Sins, and that made me realize that Inspector wasn't that good at all, and I never went back. Because My Hero Academia and 7 Deadly Sins are 2 of the shows that continued from the autumn season into the winter season, and those 2 are awesome. And I was like, yeah, okay, Inspector wasn't that great. Maybe it's not fair to compare them, but you know, it just didn't feel worth it to continue watching. If anyone agrees, disagrees, let me know. Next up we have Somali and the Forest Spirit. And this one is beautiful. It reminds me of see, I lose all the names. I was thinking about this before and then I had them. The Ancient Mage's Bride. That's what it's called. Just took me a while to get there. It reminded me of that because the animation is sort of similar. It's sort of slow paced. There are just these few characters that it's revolving around, but they go out into the bigger world, and each episode is on its own. It follows, but you know what I mean. And sort of magical, but still a society that works like a normal society, though there are a lot more creatures in this one. It's so beautiful and so sweet, and I really enjoyed this one. This one was great. The beautiful animation also reminded me a bit of Violet Evergarden. So yeah, this was one of my favorites this season. Really enjoyed it. If you haven't watched it, I highly recommend it. And next up we have Asteroid in Love, and this one was not one of my favorites. I thought this one was gonna be a good one. I've seen a lot of animes about girls in like high school that it's just a sweet story to enjoy. It's not very deep, it's not revolutionary, but it's just so sweet, and it makes you so happy, and just yes. But this one was a bit meh. It's about 2 little girls that meet, and they really love astronomy and the stars and stuff, and then they reunite in high school when they are in this club that has both astronomy and geology as the thing that they do, and it's just about them. And yeah, this one was a disappointment to me. It wasn't nearly as good as I thought it would be. The animation is fine, but everything else is just meh. Okay, next up we have The Case Files of Euler Richard, and I watched 1 episode and then I never went back. So I guess that says everything. It's about a guy, and he has a ring that was his grandmother's, and he runs into this jeweler, and the jeweler kind of tries to find out where the ring comes from because grandmother died, and he wants to know where it came from, in case he needs to sell it, how much is it worth. And then it turns out that the grandmother stole the ring and he just wants to return it. And yeah, I guess it it was fine. I just didn't feel the need to go back and watch any more of it. Then we have Room Camp. And I thought this was gonna be one of those sweet slice of life animes with some girls going on an adventure. Sort of like I thought Asteroid in Love would be. But yeah, it's 5-minute episodes, and they do go on adventures because they have this kind of stamp card and it's some kind of vacation holiday. So they just go right around and look at stuff. I mean, if you're really bored or like waiting on the bus or on the toilet or something, I mean, there you have something to watch. It's not bad, it's just in 5 minutes you don't have a lot of time to do anything, to build the characters. Don't think it was even 5 minutes. And then we have my favorite new anime of the season, Keep Your Hands Off Icekin. And this was amazing. I looked at the picture of it and I was like, I don't think I'm gonna like this because I don't like that style on the anime. But it was amazing. This is so good. Like, I was disappointed in Asteroid in Love and Room Camp, but it was so worth it to get this anime. Like, oh, it's so good. It's about 3 girls who 2 of them are friends from before and 1 of them is new in school, and they start this anime club to create animes, and it is so funny and so sweet, and it's just great. I love it. This was amazing, like 10 out of 10. This was so good. So if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. Like, it's just so much fun. It is so funny, and they create these animes and there's anime inside the anime, and it's just great. And then there were 2 animes, Dorohedoro and Toaru Kagako no Railgun T. And these 2 were animes that I wanted to watch, but I couldn't find them anywhere. I couldn't get my hands on them. So if anyone has watched them, I would love to know what you thought, if it's worth to keep chasing them and try to find them somewhere, or if it's just, yeah, you can live without them, move on, watch something else. I would love to know. And then we have Haikyuu that came out with a new season, and I've been waiting for this for years. I love this anime, so it was just great to get a new season of this, and I'm so excited for it. I don't know how many episodes there will be, but I have not watched all of them. I watched it with Alex, and we tried to save up a few episodes, and then we binge watched like 5 episodes and then we wait, so I don't know how many we have seen. Crunchyroll keeps track on it for me. And then from the winter season, or autumn season, continued into winter, we had My Hero Academia and 7 Deadly Sins that I've already mentioned, and then there was Radiant and Ahiru no Sora, which also great. That's why I still watch them. There are probably more animes that continued from autumn into winter. It's just that I didn't watch them. These were the ones I watched and really enjoyed and would recommend if you need something to watch. Because a lot of people have a lot of time on their hands right now. Somehow I still seem to be pretty busy. But if you need something to watch, those are my thoughts on the anime from the winter season 2020, and I'm really excited to get into the spring season of 2020. There are some animes that I've been waiting for, so that's gonna be exciting. And that was it for this video. I hope you're well, that you're taking care of yourself, being smart, and until next time, bye!